Hello friends, and welcome to the Notebook Therapy Stencils review. So, as you probably got by the title of this video, I got here the new stencils from Notebook Therapy that they sent me to try, and I guess we'll open it together just to do here an unboxing. I'm sorry if I'm looking way over there. It's just because I don't like to watch right through the camera. I feel so uncomfortable, but I can do it. But yeah, so let's open this little guy here, and yeah, basically that's it. So welcome to the voiceover of this video, of this review. So first of all, I'm showing you just how I received the stencil box, and it's so well packed, and I'm going to read some of the things that they say on their website about these stencils. In these stencils, the information is that there come 6 stencil sheets, including per set. That means that in each set you have 6 stencils plus a lovely, beautiful, free sticker sheet that includes some of their doodles and little Nori, that is the dog of the owner, that is really cute. Also in each stencil sheet there is a ruler on the right part and a different border stencil on the left side. The gift is high quality and it's eco-friendly and ready to take on the go. That means that you can do whatever you want with the box. In these stencils they are functional and decorative shapes. That means that you can use the doodles or the habits, trackers, wherever you want, and just be creative with them. As I said, there comes a free sticker sheet. All the materials are 100% recyclable. The tissue paper is certified FC tissue paper, and the box is eco-friendly. Oh, also the plastic that was wrapped around the stencils are recyclable. Now I'm just showing you that one of the stencils came a little bit scratched, but that for me it's not that big of a deal, because at the end of the day I care more about the stencils, and they are perfect. But even though I have 2 stencil boxes, I actually don't really care about if it's a little bit scratched or not, because for me it didn't make any difference on the stencils. But yes, it could happen to anyone that it comes a little bit scratched. That's a fabric means main function. I don't know how to say, but it's misfunction or something like that, and it's completely normal. Sometimes it happens, but they work pretty well, and well, it happened to me, but it's not the end of the world at the end of the day. So yeah. And also these stencils are strong and durable. Now I'm just showing you the difference between the 2 colors, and as you can see, there's no difference, just the colors. They are fake, they are gorgeous, they are wonderful. I actually really love them, and I just can say that if you want to purchase a stencil set, don't worry, nothing is different, only the color. So now I'm doing the spread using these stencils, and basically I decided to do a lilac themed spread because I used the lilac taro one and it looked beautiful and amazing and gorgeous, because I love this spread so much, because I try to use the most of the stencils and to do something fun with them, and I decided to do a pens test with all of them. So the pens that I used were basically the following ones. So for this pen test, I decided to use or start with the Sakura Pigma Micron in the sizes 01, 03 and 08 and the PN size, and as far as I can tell, these pens might be the best ones to use on your stencil set, because the nib of the pen is thin and you can get a lot of variety on dimensions with the lines, and it works beautifully. But don't worry, there's so much more pens that you can use these stencils. And I also tried the Muji 0.38 and the 0.5 that actually worked also beautifully. I tried with the Stabilo fine liner, the Tombow Fudorensuke hard tip pen, and I promise you guys, I was really surprised that the Tombow Fudorensuke hard tip pen worked wonders, because as we all know, maybe, the Tombow Fudorensuke hard tip pen is basically a brush pen with a with a hard tip, and I was not expecting that it would work so well with the stencils, because I don't know, it just came on my mind that it wouldn't work that well, but it did. You can use brush pens perfectly with the stencils and you don't have to worry about them. I also, on the same page, I decided to try with the Tombow dual tip pen, and they also worked beautifully. And you can color the stencil with your brush pen tip and to do just trace with your fine liner tip, and it works literally amazing. Just to end, I also tried the Sakura Jelly Roll in the size 08 and the Uniball Signal 0.7. All these pens were perfect with the stencil, they all worked really well, but as far as I can tell, I didn't try with highlighters, and on my mind that doesn't sound that well. If it's a mild liner, or yeah, I think it's a mild liner with a thin tip, I bet that it works well, but the highlighter, I don't know, I didn't try and I don't want to try, because that doesn't make sense in my head. I would rather just do an outline with a pencil or a mechanical pencil and just then paint the stencil. But yeah, I can tell that all of these work well, and I'm really surprised that all of them worked so good. These stencils retail for $30.98, and if you're in Europe, €25.92. I don't think that this is too expensive for 6 stencils, because they are really high quality and they are forever basically, because you can use them as many times as you want. It's not like a notebook that you have a certain number of pages, and when it's full, it's full. And yeah, I think it's quite nice. Now I'm just showing you the beautiful thing of this spread, the beautiful effect, me just, yeah. And you can see basically all the pens I used. So now I'm just showing you now that this stencil has a ruler with 18 centimeters. It doesn't say 18, but I think you can tell that it's 18, and I think that the ruler is perfect. And if you see that the dots don't match with the ruler, it's just because some of the notebooks sometimes are not printed that well, but it's not that big of a deal. I think for me it's not, so I don't worry about it. And there is a stencil with a grid layout, that is this one, and it's really helpful for just doing the layouts more quickly and to see where they are placed and to make them I don't know how to say, but just to make them correctly and that doesn't look like too sideways, or to be lined up correctly on your notebook. And I think that's all of the info I can tell you about it. Oh, don't forget that Notebook Therapy has free shipping. That's really important and pleasing. So, some thoughts about the stencils that I got with this review. I think I can say that. I'm currently still editing the stencils review, and I think that I said some information about the stencils that are on Notebook Therapy's website. And just to highlight this fact is, even though I received these stencils as a gift, I think I can say it, because they reached out to me to ask me if I want to try this beforehand, and this doesn't affect the fact that I'm doing my opinions and things that are my honest opinions, not just because I received it and I want you guys to get it so I can receive money, because I do receive money if you use my code. And if you don't know, as I say this a lot of times, but if you want to receive no, if you want to purchase something from Notebook Therapy, you can use my affiliate code Danos Bujo for 10% off your purchase on anything of the website, and the affiliate link will be down below in the description, so you can go to this website in an easier way. But just to resume all of this, my opinions are all true, are from my perspective, and the fact that I received this without paying doesn't affect my opinions themselves. So, talking about the stencils now and my opinions. I can say that the first thing is that I don't know if this is a mistake from the fabric, but this one, and it was the only one, came out a little bit scratched. It doesn't bother me that much because I have two, but even if I had just one of these box of stencils, it wouldn't bother me because it didn't affect the making of the stencils. It was really easy. It is so practical. You can do using this side, or for example, you have here the arrow, and if you want to do not in this way, you can just flip the stencil and do the other way. I think it makes sense. The stencils themselves are really practical, as I said. They have a lot of variety, and I think that the doodles ones, for example, look at this piggy bank. It is just so adorable, and for example, I can do this piggy by just drawing myself, and I think it's such a practical way to add doodles and these fun elements to your bullet journal, and it's so fun, and I won't lie, it's so fun. And you can always do your own way, you can do your own doodles. And for example, this stencil here is to track your money, and here these little circles are to put inside this piggy bank, so you can color them when you, for example, reach a mark of savings. And yeah, I think all these stencils have a meaning and a purpose. You have the doodle purpose, the habits and trackers ones. You have these arrows that honestly I don't use them that much, but maybe someone uses, and maybe one day I will be needing a arrow stencil, and I have one and it's already done, and you have to just trace it and you have the arrow that you want. Also, matter of fact, I think that these moons stencils are the most pretty moons I've ever seen. I always think that, for example, I make my moons by using, for example, these circle stencils. I have another ones from the dollar store, but I just do 2 circles with this stencil and just make a moon. It's more easy. It's kind of effortless, but having these stencils is really practical and saves you a lot of time. And trust me, for example, I wouldn't buy this just because I don't need these stencils on a daily, if you know what I mean. But once I got them, I started to use them a lot. And I'm not saying this just because I received them and I think that I need to use them. No, actually, if I feel that I need something like a stencil to make topics, to make drawings, just quick things, I remember that I have this, and it's so practical for notes, for your studying, for bullet journal, for pen paling. It's just so easy and so practical. I really like them. They are really gorgeous. And both the lilac taro and the mint green, they are really gorgeous. And I'm really blown away because I've never thought that stencils could make such a game change on bullet journaling system. And this is my opinions. I hope you find them useful. I am an honest person. Oh, and also, I think that this material is durable. It's thick, but sometimes I am a little worried that it could break, because Notebook Therapy made sure that this plastic was hard and thick enough so it could be durable and still sustainable. But I have to tell you something that I think that it's quite important. I think if you're going to purchase these stencils, for 2 things. First one, don't forget to use my code. Always helps. Second one, when it comes to this stencil, it's really gorgeous and it's really practical, and it has all the doodles that you could ever make, and I promise you it's perfect. And I actually used this stencil for my March plan with me, and if you haven't checked it out, the link is on the description. And I know we're almost on April, but you can use it as inspiration for your April theme because it's so versatile that it's just a theme. You can adapt it yourself and how you like it. But as I was telling you, be careful with this stencil because this middle part here has this stencil in the middle that is basically on the half of the stencil. I think that the pressure here could break, not break but snap, if you know what I mean. So when you use this stencil, be really careful to not make a lot of pressure in these parts, because sadly I was cleaning mine on the first time that I was recording this stencil, and unfortunately I did little pressure and it snapped. So Notebook Therapy was really approachable, and when I talked about this, they really considered my opinions and my thoughts, and I told them to make maybe the layout in a different way, but I'm not sure if it was because of being the first ones that were sent and could be a defective one. But honestly, when I grabbed these 2 stencils, I feel that this one is more thick than this one. So I think this was a mistake or an error of the fabric, I think it's of production. I don't know what to say, but really be really careful with this stencil, because in this middle part it could snap because it's right in the middle, and the pressure will focus on these 2 parts, and it would be really devastating if you got this one snap. Even though you have these 2 ones that are equal, it doesn't make that much of a difference if it breaks. But in my opinion, this happened to me, but I am just giving you a warning before you make anything with them, just to be careful. They are thick, they are everything that you would want a stencil to be. Really, this one is the recent ones that they sent me, and this looks like more durable and more hard than the other one. So I don't blame notebook therapy. Fabrication error always happens, and unfortunately it happened to me. But I now received this one that it was the last one that they sent me, and I can assure you that this one is perfect, and it gives you confidence and trust on the shop, because it looks like they really care about what they sent, and it was a nice way to know that even if you think that it was your mistake, they will approach you and be the ones that says no, it is our fault, and they do take responsibility overall. But really, I think that one was defective, and I can trust that this one is more upgraded than the one that I showed you. So let's just ignore the fact that I changed the whole setup. It's just because I forgot to mention a thing. If you're going to clean your stencils, make sure to not make the same mistake I did when I broke mine. If you're going to clean these ones, I use baby wipes, and I just grabbed a tissue and I clean on the air. Maybe that was my mistake, because while holding, I made a lot of pressure. To avoid this mistake that I made, make sure to let it set on the table and just clean them in the surface. For example, imagine that this is the table. You just put them on the table and just clean around it, and then flip them and clean them like this. This way you don't make pressure, and I think that you won't break this, no matter how thick they are or anything. If you're going to clean your stencils, not just the notebook therapy ones, make sure to be careful, because we like them, we want to treasure them, so just make sure to be really careful when you clean them, because that way they last a lot. So yeah, that's a little side note that I wanted to tell you before I keep the video going. So, final thoughts about these stencils. Honestly, if I could afford buying stationery all the time, I would totally purchase the stencils, because they are really helpful, they are practical, and you can use them as many ways you want. And I do recommend these stencils if you want to get something more useful for your bullet journal, or if you think that your bullet journal is quite boring and you want something to spice up, you know. If you have these stencils, I think you can get that spice up that you're looking for, and really, I really like them, and I think that it's a good purchase. So just to end this video, I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all the support that you always give on my channel. It's such a pleasure to make these projects, like reviews and being honest, and I think that I'll still do these reviews. If you like them, please let me know in the comments if you like these reviews, and I think that that's it, I think. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know when a new video pops up, and I think that's all I can tell you guys. April is right off the corner, and I'm still planning what theme I will do for April. So let me know in the comments theme ideas for April, because it's always nice to see what we want to do on our bullet journals, but we don't know how to do it. And this way I can show you a way that I would do. And I hope you have a wonderful day, week, and month, or rest of 2021. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Oh my god, I'm recording myself for another video. That's something different that I've never thought I would, because I have low self-esteem, but I am good, and I feel so good doing these videos about myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and tell me in the comments if you liked to see this face if I talk with you, it feels more personal and feels more connective, and I quite enjoy to make these videos. And yeah, let me know in the comments.